Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another TEW2020 video. You join us today for something a little bit different, as of course our end of year awards ceremony. Just a little bit of a heads up, remember obviously it's a manually edited face pack, so a lot of these won't have a picture for them because it is just basically the ones that are in AEW that will have pictures, so it looks a little bit bland. Sorry! So before we dive into the various awards, just to confirm, we actually made our biggest profit ever, 3 million last month, but you can clearly see if we don't add in the pay-per-view revenue, yeah, we kind of probably lose money last month. And our broadcast revenue is way down, so we badly need to get this 11-month period over where we're going to make next to no money off broadcasting, and basically ticket sales and pay-per-view revenue and merchandise are going to save us. A massive wage bill, but that's to be expected. One thing I do with the I'll quickly show you with the contract situation is what you'll notice is the big earners are all on exclusive written, so people have snatched from WWE. And obviously there is some like high potential ones that are on there as well, but they're on exclusive written. So there is some crazy contracts, but you'll let you see them because obviously we outbid WWE. But if you go all the way down, god damn it, Ryland, we'll scroll this way. There we go. You'll see a lot of the handshake deals, and that's a lot of people that I feel like WWE won't take. The likes of our trainers as well, likes of Billy Gunn, our road agents, and our referees are all on it. But people like John Silver just making small amounts per show, and then if WWE tries to get them, then that's when I'll look to basically try and make sure they're not taken, and that's when we'll offer them a big contract. But in terms of actual wage, you can see there, we had to pay John Moxley a lot of money to make sure he stayed with Pac. Him, Pac and AJ are over 100,000. We get Cody next. Might be turning, you don't know that. But you can see there everybody else has put reasonably okay contracts. Big money had to get thrown at Kenta to get him in, the same with Mauro Ranallo, Santana, so a lot of the WWE exports you can see are on the mega contracts. In fact, he's not signed it yet, but MJF will probably be the highest earner with the contract we are awaiting him to sign, because it's 230,000 is what he's asking for. So he's times what, 100 his wages, but he was in a low contract to start with and is our most over guy, so that happens. So that's just a few things. I'll still edit the TV deals, obviously, as I say. This will get cancelled because... oh, what? Aye, because of obviously we've covered Mexico there and YouTube. Unless we cancel that deal, to be fair, but it is big coverage in Mexico, so it'll let us free air. But we'll see how much that costs, and if it doesn't, no, I still want to cancel it because obviously this needs to be expanded to allow us to be able to get better deals and basically tell our show to be shown there. You see, the UK broadcaster exclusive rights across the US. So if we moved that to America included, then none of this would be able to work. AEW Live would not be able to broadcast it, despite having all these other places. At least that's what I've noticed. If one place is covered by elsewhere, then it's screwed. So hopefully big money, because a lot of places are still small, very small, and obviously the places in America and Canada we need to get to at least medium. So that's that out of the way. Now for the awards ceremony, we'll work our way up to Wrestler of the Year being the last one. So Referee of the Year went to Kennedy Brink. Colour Commentator went to our occasional one, Don Callis. Announcer of the Year went to our very own, Mauro Ranallo. So we do have the best announcer and colour commentator in the game. Manager of the Year went to MVP. And the Independent Wrestler of the Year went to Jonathan Gresham. Most Improved Company of the Year. Yay, we won something. AEW wins it, so that's good to see. We've really improved over the year, and shows the booking's working, the system anyway, and I'm really happy with that. Female Wrestler of the Year went to Charlotte Flair, so It's up to us to make sure an AEW woman. It would be quite cool to win this with a non-former WWE, so something like if a Shida could win it or a Riho. So that might be a name going into 2022. Veteran Wrestler of the Year went to the 44-year-old Brock Lesnar. Young Wrestler went to El Hijo del Vikingo. Show of the Year went to Full Gear, so absolutely delighted that was the case with Full Gear. If we click on that and we go to show history, so that 92 was the best show, and of course that was headlined by your main event of MJF taking on Pac for the AEW World Championship. Pretty average show in terms of, like, you know, everything's kind of close together, but of course the boosts and that opening promo done the job there. Match of the Year went to Okada defeating Sanada in New Japan Power Struggle. Team of the Year went to WWE's Drew Galloway and Bray Wyatt. Company of the Year went to New Japan, and your Wrestler of the Year, Kazuchika Okada. New Japan always get like 100 rated shows and matches, so I understand it. It's a very difficult award to win in this. So, Power 500 then. So first off, we'll just check any. We'll see the top 10, and then we'll see where our guys have placed. So Okada wins ahead of Ospreay, Ibushi, Sanada, Naito, Takahashi, so all top 6 in the Japan, and they were followed by Adam Cole, Bray Wyatt, Roman Reigns, and Flip Gordon in at number 10. So in terms of AEW wrestler, if we can find those, not too many companies in this mod, remember. So Ospreay at number 2, but in terms of, well, I was going to say in terms of exclusive, Pentagon would have had matches with AAA, which would have boosted him at 27. We had Phoenix in at 37. Pac in at 41. And this is where we can kind of go with the AEW ranking system. People we know that it's exclusively just been in AEW. So 41 in the world for Pac, and he had a record of 25-7. Cody in at number 42, he had a record of 21-1-11, so it's good to see him there. 45, Pete Dunne, hasn't wrestled for us all soon. Tommy End obviously was with WWE as well, but he was in at number 54, and Kenta Mosley in Japan before his suspension is in at 67. Matt Jackson in at the 78, 22 wins and 10 losses. Nick Jackson 22 wins and 11 losses, follows just behind. And John Moxley 23 wins and 10 losses. That's quite surprising that Moxley had as many defeats. But yeah, and at 74. Brian Pillman Jr. in at 79, although he would have had a lot of matches for MLW. And Darby Allin 21-6, so far more protected there. And at number 82, MJF only wrestled 17 times in the year. That's quite mad. I think, to be fair though, you only really have maybe, trying to think, pretty much 5 events a year, right? A month. Apart from that one time we had 6, so 5 times 12, 60. Say 60 shows. And obviously rotate who works and all that. So you've seen there's a few times where he's effectively just went pay-per-view to pay-per-view. He's mostly used his mic. I'm intrigued to know if you agree with this, but do you think in him having limited matches maybe means we get more longevity from him? But it's interesting as well, look at that. Full Gear, end of the line. So he basically wrestled pay-per-view to pay-per-view. And of course the start of the month, the start of the year he was injured as well. So happy with that. 10-1-6. And up a lot of places, so he's really still gained. And compared to where he was at the start of the year, I'd say he's in a good position. A lot of his matches meant something. 92, Fergal Devitt, although he has only really just recently joined. Most of them with WWE, although his best match was with AEW. Good man. Same with Matt Riddle, and at 95. Kenny Omega, 25 and 13 for us, 101 in the world. I think that's still really, really commendable considering a lot of these matches at the end of the year were obviously with Hikaru Shida and hoping to really develop the AEW women's division. Chris Jericho the same, 19 and 9, pretty respectable obviously. Sunday at 51, still up there. And Sammy Guevara at 117 in the world, so he's up a good wee bit there, 24, 1 and 8. AJ would have had a good bit of time with WWE, as would have obviously Nakamura's had one match with us. Hangman, obviously he's injured at the end of the year. A former champion. To be fair, his matches, none have been overly spectacular because of the psychology aspect. But an 85 we produced with Kenny Omega. If I can get some of these guys to have a wee bit better psychology, I mean that's a challenge as well, to develop the workers, not just put on great matches, but if we can really develop them and make them have these 95, 100 rep matches with psychology, then great. But 13 and 1 and 9 for Hangman. I think we'll go with 200 here. So Stu Grayson, 18-0-21. Kyle O'Reilly, mostly with WWE, 4-0-34. So yeah, most of that was with WWE. Santana, 16-1-16. Killer Cross only wrestled 3 times for us. That's on me. Beat Chris Jericho, and then I kinda didn't have anything for him. But he's one that was kind of signed with the intention of 2 brands, and he'll thrive once that second brand starts. 29-0-34 for Joey Janela. I guarantee it was probably about 0 and 34 with us, and the 29 wins with GCW. 16-1-15 for Angel Ortiz. Sir Brody Lee in with an 18-0-7, and I think that's very commendable because a lot of his defeats would have been at pay-per-views, and he's also taken that challenge of not just getting over Anna Jay, but the likes of John Silver, Uno as well, and Stu Grayson. So really, really happy with that at 157. Samoa Joe is not long signed. Bandito, not long signed either. Sasha, same again. You can see there, she was good matches with Becky, and a lot of good matches. Oh, Asuka was good. Ember, there's nothing really spectacularly bigger than she was getting with us. Fair enough, right, 53s, 68s, but I think she'll be a great asset for us. And it's crazy you see someone there that's with WWE for most of the time. That's 70 matches, so hopefully the less amount of matches will be a less physical toll, and we'll maybe get more years out of her. Player Uno, Evil Uno, was 13-0-16. That's not bad. They're actually reasonably protected, and at 183. Orange Cassidy, 21-0-8, so he was used quite a good bit, which is surprising. I didn't think he used them as much as I'd have expected. He had the one match up there as well for PWG, but yeah, good stuff for Orange. He's probably going to start to break out on his own going forward. 2 more I'm going to check. Brian Cage was 18-0-17. Of course, he'll now be going forward as a solo act. Andy Williams, the Butcher. Well, I think a lot of the time they did get, the Butcher and the Blade did get put in matches with Moxley and the Young Bucks, and they were putting people over, so they were having good matches despite never getting over and always losing. And they've got an 8-0-19 record, so that's not bad. It's a lot better than I thought it would be. Pepper Park's exact same. Try to see what else there is. You'll probably see a few signings we've made. T-Hawk never really won for us, but his wins will be elsewhere. 22-0-37. And there you go, Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli, 23-0-7. And obviously Eddie was quite near the end of the year, yep. That's fine. With John Silver. So every match for AEW, 7-0-19, and he gets in 458. And Sonic Kiss, 1-0-24, so 1 win all year. And that was enough. Although to be fair, I might have been with NXT UK because it's an open contract. In fact, no, there's a win there over Reynolds and Silver. I think there's a lot of instances where a lot of these don't make the top 500, but if it was a more in-depth mod. But as I say, we started this back in June. It was a light mod. It was the first real mod that was available. That was pretty decent. And as I say, if we want to sign people, we'll import them. But there's no real necessary need to go out and do too many people so far. So that's us. That's where it stands. Let's try and hope for a better here next year. Let's try and see if we can get constant. I don't think we're going to get constant actually 95s, but if we can at pay-per-views, we'll see what we can do. It's not a necessity. The Wrestler of the Year, Company of the Year is one for sure. And yeah, just basically anything that gives us an opportunity to tick accomplishments off in the actual TEW2020 achievements list, if you see that on the main screen. In fact, what we'll do quickly save game. Thankfully it doesn't take too long. Quit out. And just to quickly show you, so that's what I'm still looking to do. The problem is obviously you don't know how many matches you've had because it doesn't tally them, so I don't know how far we're off 10,000 matches. I don't think it is on one save, hopefully not. Because obviously I had in the matches that were put with WWE and the WCW one I had as well. I'm surprised I'm not at 1,000 events yet. That one you would normally be able to count. The problem is I'd maybe miss out a few from NXT and the other company I was in the WWE save. I've not had a 100 match yet. We've been close. I think did I have a 99? I think I had a 99 in WCW. But the fact I need to try and find 50 of them is going to be difficult. We've held one 100 show, and when we can financially afford it, we'll put the boosts in to try and get more. But we need the psychology stat for that. And Company of the Year we can try and do. The 3 here, we need the industry to be thriving, so that's going to be a while off because we're in a decline. We're at like 34 and 37% for them. And I'm hoping the regional battles in small and medium we can do during a road to glory. Eventually, it will come at one point in 2021. So that's about it for this episode. Cheers for tuning in. Now I need to do the behind the scenes stuff of basically a draft and ensuring all the TV deals are where I want them to be. Just to clarify as well that Lightning will take place on a Thursday, so it'll be in-game, so it'll be Wednesday for Dynamite, Thursday for Lightning. And hopefully I don't get sick of booking 2 shows back to back, but we'll see. But apart from that, cheers for tuning in, much appreciated. And maybe in one person save, New Japan won't completely dominate everything. So cheers for watching, take it easy, and good evening and good night. Bye bye.